The real conflict between Israel and Palestine. In this video, we are trying to realize the real issue of the conflict between Israel and Palestine. We all recognize this issue primarily as a land issue between Israel and Palestine. But this is not the main issue between these countries. If this was only a border problem, it would not have gained such importance. Inheritance is the real cause of problems in this sector. Who is the true descendant of Abraham is a matter of dispute. Palestine is a cover for that. Succession still keeps the region a hotbed of conflict. This is an issue that is unlikely to ever be resolved. If accept that Abraham's legacy belongs to Israel, the religion of Islam cannot exist. Therefore, the Arab world will never agree to this. Similarly, if accept that Abraham's inheritance belongs to Islam, then the nation of Israel will have no right in the land. So Israel will never compromise. That is why the Israeli-Palestinian problem makes an entire region full of conflict. Otherwise, this issue would have only the same importance as the border dispute between any other two countries in the world. That it remains a matter of debate is both effective and necessary for Palestine. Otherwise, the entire area would have become part of Israel. A country called Palestine would have remained in history only. Only when this world becomes a single society where all human beings have equal importance will be a permanent solution to the border issues like these. First, let's look at the situation of Israel. A country that owns only a very small piece of land among the Arab countries. All surrounding countries are enemy countries. This region is the origin of all Abrahamic religions. All religions that claim the heritage of Abraham are called Abrahamic religions. Many religions, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, claim Abraham's heritage. Now let's take a brief look at the history. Who is Abraham and from where did he come to Israel? Let's start from the present and move to the past. So let us first try to understand Christianity and Islam. Both have the same history. Both religions originated from the same man. Therefore, both groups basically worship the same God. If we go in search of its history, we can see Judaism too. We can understand that these religions originated from the beliefs of tribes. These religions are believed to have originated with a man named Abraham, who lived in a tribe that was part of Mesopotamian culture. So these religions are generally called Abrahamic religions. History begins when the God which Abraham believed calls him from the place Ur. There is a story before that. It is the story of how God created the earth, everything that exists on it, and the sky. There is also the story of many generations, from the first man, Adam, to Abraham. Let's start with Abraham. God called Abraham from Ur and sent him to a new place that we now call Israel. The land is inherited by him and his descendants. This event is the root cause of most of the problems in the world. But when Abraham and his wife Sarah arrived there, they had no children. They were entering old age. So Sarah gives her maidservant Hagar to Abraham, and she gives birth to a son, Ishmael. But then, in old age, Sarah gives birth to her son Isaac. So she expels Ishmael and his mother from there. The feud that the world still witnesses is begun there. In any case, God protected Ishmael as well. His race also became great people. Similarly, the descendants of Isaac grew up. All religions agree up to this point. The dispute is about to begin. God decides to test Abraham's faith in him. God tells Abraham to sacrifice his only begotten son. Abraham prepares for it, though sadly. Satisfied with Abraham's faith, God turns him away from it. The main problem here is another. Christians and Jews say that Abraham took Isaac to be sacrificed. But according to the Islamic faith, Ishmael was taken to be sacrificed. In any case, all three beliefs speak of the same God. But believers are not ready to accept this mutually. Today they call the same God by different names. They worship God in different ways. Similarly, they build shrines in their own way. They kill each other in the name of the same God. Anyway, Let's see how the same God came to be known by so many names. Let us first see what Abraham's religion was. We can check whether Abraham is a Jew, a Christian, or a Muslim. Christianity never portrays Abraham as a Christian, because Abraham had died long before Christ. But Islam, formed after Christianity, portrays Abraham as a Muslim. This is because it claims the succession of Abraham. The Jews see Abraham as a Jew because he is the father of Isaac. In any case, it is up to him to decide who he is. Then there is the question of what religion the God he worshipped was. As a normal person, all of this may confuse many of us. Thus the coming of Christ came at a time when Judaism was advancing with the idea of Almighty God, whom Abraham worshipped. In Christianity, Christ is considered the Son of God. With that, the concept of one God gives way to the concept of the Trinity. Christ also said to pray to his Father. If Christ gave importance to his Father, then Christians give importance to Christ. In any case, the Jews did not accept Christ as the Son of God. Muslims consider Christ to be a prophet of God. In the beginning, Christians influenced only among the Jews. Later we saw in history that its influence spread all over the world. Thus there creates two societies that worship in two different styles to the same God. Islam was formed as a religion after some centuries after Christ. With the advent of Prophet Muhammad came the beginning of the religion of Islam. Prophet Muhammad's works brought the people of Arabia together in the name of religion. He also always speaks only about the God that Abraham worshipped. Like Christianity, Islam spread to all parts of the world. One thing that makes me surprised here is that if a Muslim is told to worship in the name of the God of the Jews or Christians, he will never do it. Neither the Jews nor the Christians do the same thing. But they are all praying to the same God. Then whose prayer will God accept? Which of these prayer methods is pleasing to God? That's a very confusing question.
You can see these things on our website. All of these are well explained in the book How Can We Become Superhumans?
This book is mainly about finding a way to solve the problems that exist on Earth nowadays.
According to the rate of development of our technology, we are about to enter the next stage of cultural and social evolution. We are moving towards the Type 1 civilization.
Along with the development of technology, our activities will become very fast. And with the help of technology, there is a possibility that we will become superhuman. Before we enter the Type 1 civilization, we should resolve all the present issues and the whole world needs to become a like-minded society.
You can find all the links in the description box.
One of the most important issues to be resolved is the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
So let's see how to resolve this dispute.
The first thing to do to come out of all these conditions is to create a complete scientific consciousness in all human beings. What is most important is restructuring the education system. A purely scientific education should be implemented. Religious values do not influence a purely scientific method of education. Religions should be understood only as a tool for awakening human morality. Religions are the best weapon used by ancient man to keep the social structure stable. Religious views have helped a lot to reduce conflicts between people and society and prevent other mistakes. Religions prevented the ancient society from disintegrating among themselves by fighting each other. Religions have helped us to some extent in becoming very strong societies. If at one point religious views helped us a lot, today those same religions are holding back our progress. Ancient people approached religions with a selfless mind. Modern humans approach religions with a vested interest. Religions now are in the hands of a few vested interests. They mostly exploit common people. Now they are more vigilant as they are becoming non-existent in developed societies. Therefore, today's religions and religious values are a danger to society. As a tool used by humans at one point in their evolution, it is high time to abandon religions. In the past, we have used stones as weapons. But we don't need that now. Likewise, modern man does not need religions that are the offspring of the Stone Age. This is the time when nature itself has made us understand the false face of religions and gods. Therefore, this is the best opportunity to leave religion. We will never forget the last 2 years from 2020 to 2022. When the whole world was hit by the COVID-19, there were no gods to save the people. Only our scientific knowledge enabled us to survive this period. We have closed places of worship and suspended rituals. This is a time that we realized that we can also live without rituals and worship. At various stages of evolution, nature itself has done us many favors. We can see the COVID-19 era as such a help. Let us understand the time of COVID-19 as an opportunity to eliminate religion, the biggest virus in modern society. Religions never teach people wrong things. It is a group of people who mistranslate religious sentiments that make religions deadly dangerous. Therefore, it is better for modern man to keep his religious beliefs private. If a man wishes to have a religious belief, then it must be confined to his own home. Religion should not be relevant in public outside the home. Arab countries do not need to go anywhere to accommodate these changes. It is enough to look at Israel, their biggest enemy. Despite so many conflicts, Israel is still a developed country. Israel is one of the leading countries in developing innovative technologies. But the Arabian countries are buying technology from others. The same religious rules of Judaism are also followed in Islam. But they are socially and culturally at par with other developed countries. What can be seen in common in both regions is religious politics. When Islam wants to spread all over the world, the Jews believe only in Abraham's lineage. While many Islamic countries are stuck in religiously archaic views, Israel produces some of the best technology in the world. Israel proceeds by keeping religious views religious. They are able to keep up with the modern world. But the social structure of Israel changes according to the period. Islamic countries will become more prosperous if they follow this example and change their social and cultural structure. Otherwise, the people of other parts of the world will continue to advance socially, economically, and culturally. On the other hand, people will be formed who are bound by religious belief codes. The development will never be possible in that society. It is therefore imperative that GCC leaders take the initiative to mold an Islamic society with a more modern outlook. The people of the GCC member states can absorb it very quickly. Because they are now living as part of a developed society. Social structures like those of Japan and Europe are familiar to most of them. They have to become such completely scientifically minded people. Otherwise, no matter how many beautiful cities are built or how much infrastructure is improved, all of them can become useless at any time. If this social structure collapses, as has happened in Iraq and Syria, the mentality of the people will quickly change. A comeback would soon be impossible. On the other hand, if it is a scientifically conscious society, that society will soon recover. It will be a society that can survive any major issues. As the country develops economically and culturally, people's views also change. Therefore, an attempt to progress like other developed countries by making concessions to many ancient laws is now active in these GCC countries. These countries are even capable of conducting space missions. This should be seen as a major change in this sector. I believe that all these religious rules will gradually disappear as our technologies become more advanced. They are now showing an attitude of cooperation even with arch-enemy Israel. So the same way should follow Palestine also. Fighting the occupying forces without aiming at their own social development is a foolish act of all the people under occupation. Even if we come to the Israeli-Palestinian issue, this is the same effective method. Israel will never give up the land they hold. Care must be taken to prevent further invasions. First, the Palestinian people should improve the cultural, social, and technological situations of their land. After that, if they can technologically rise above Israel, then they are sure of victory. It is good for Palestine to think this way under the current circumstances. My hope is that as humanity progresses further, the changing world order will overcome all these problems. Aquilone is an individual research firm based in Japan. We focus on the theory of everything. Also, we create fascinating ideas to accelerate the technological growth of Type 1 civilization. We are creating favorable conditions for human society to enter the next stage of evolution. In all of our videos, you can find some interesting new ideas. You can see these things on our website. All of these are well explained in the book Key to the Secrets of the Universe. That is a simple book written in a way that everybody can understand the whole universe. There we are explaining the universe from the beginning stage. We start from the primordial coalition of two primary particles to form the Big Bang singularity. Also, we are discussing many other issues in physics in the book. Or you can watch our videos for more information. All the links are in the description box. According to the rate of development of our technology, we are about to enter the next stage of cultural and social evolution. For that, we generate better ideas to enhance our technological growth. We work in all areas of the social and technological development of mankind. The availability of free energy is essential to accelerate the journey to a Type 1 civilization. Our aim is to make free energy available to all. Our main objective in this project is to fully utilize the solar energy reaching the Earth. For this, we are devising plans to rebuild the Tesla Tower and completely store solar energy. Our plan is to store solar energy and collect it in the smallest possible space. Using spacetime as a medium, we examine the possibilities of achieving an unpredictable velocity for our space travels. For that, we studied the changes that occur when a photon passes from one spacetime to another. Along with this, the solar system's movement inside spacetime was also studied. We understand that objects can move in two ways in spacetime. This possibility will bring revolutionary changes in our space technology. The same concept helped us understand why particles exhibit duality. You can see our journey to the Type 1 civilization in our book, How Can We Become Superhumans? This book mainly discusses how we should change socially and culturally under the new circumstances. We also discuss how to build a sustainable human society. Thank you for watching our video.